Hello everyone and welcome to Wokkolandia. This is the second part of my new Skeletor restyling, in honor of Mark Taylor. And if you haven't seen yet, check out the first video, which you will find in the description. Back to the custom, like you see, I decided to use this broken Man-at-Arms body. And because my goal is recycling toys, this is the perfect candidate for this custom. The idea is removing the upper part of this torso and rip off all the pieces inside. At last we have an empty body for create the best vintage Skeletor I ever made. And because this process is long and boring, I speed up different part of this video. Like you see, with my sculpting tool, I start cutting all the neck base. A lot of you ask me why I don't use Dremel or other stuff, and the reason is quite simple. The first is because I have more control with this sculpting tool. Also, with Dremel or stuff like that, you risk removing too much material. And the second one is because I work basically at night and I try not to make too much noise. If you haven't noticed, I record this part before cutting myself. I create this body and the Skeletor spine at the same time, basically because I need a lot of compare. These mean we are in the past? Also guys, let me know in the comment if you prefer some speed up like this one or a simple cut, because on one side I wanna show you all the creation process, but this stuff take me a lot of time and maybe for someone is boring. On the other side, if I cut all the process, you'd never know how I do this stuff. Then please let me know in the comment what you prefer. In this way you help me to create a better video. And because we're talking about help me, why don't drop a like on this video? If you like this video, obviously, I don't wanna force yourself to like this video. Maybe? Back to the custom, like you see, after removing all the pieces inside, with this file I start opening the chest. And now I can talk with you about the idea behind this custom. For who don't know, Skeletor disfigured himself with a vial of acid. And this acid consumed his face and his entire head. Because the acid is on his face and his entire head, I start thinking how this acid works. And maybe he never healed himself quickly, and the acid slip between the muscle, start digging the entire body. A normal human would have died, but his destiny is to become the Lord of Destruction. Our beloved Skeletor, conceived and designed by the great Mark Taylor. And here, like you see, I start comparing the spine and the body. And after open the chest, I start opening the back of the figure. In this way, the spine fits inside and become visible, creating something weird but at the same time very cool. In this process I need to be careful. The chest structure is already compromised and I risk to break it in half. Well, now the spine is ready and the body too. Like you see, I put a magnet at the base on the spine, who fits well on the scepter, but the main reason why I do this stuff is because I put the magnet inside the body. In this way I can clip the spine in the position and I have a brand new Skeletor. Sorry, a brand new vintage Skeletor. Completely original from Mattel 81. Now the body is complete, but I wanna change a little more this Skeletor, and for do that I decide to reshape his legs. I love the version of Skeletor on bare feet, like the original one designed by Taylor. And I take these feet from another character designed by Mark Taylor. Maybe you don't know, but he designed not only the Master of the Universe. He is the one who was asked to make different characters for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys, like this one, Master Splinter. One of the reasons why I love this custom is because I try to use all the technique I learned in this year. I sculpt the body and the head, I use magnet, and now I use the pin technique. Basically, I drill a hole on the two half on the pieces, and I use a piece of steel wire for make a bond stronger. In this way I have two new feet for Skeletor. Like I said, I try to use all the technique I learned in this year. And one of the last is using the magnet for attach the legs. In this way, without elastic rubber, I have more stability and I don't have pressure on the upper part of the legs. Because of that, I don't risk to ruin the color and all the process becomes simple. For do this part, I use some film wire for create a support for the magnet. In the first part, I build the two legs, and after that, after the film wire is dry, I use the same technique on the lower part of the body. I press some film wire in the leg socket, and after that, I press the leg and the magnet inside the socket. In this way I create a hole, and in this hole I can glue the magnet after the film is dry. Also in this way, using the two legs at the same time, I can position the figure very well, giving it excellent stability. After this part, I realize I don't check the balance with the head. Because of that, I do this stuff again and I replace the magnet in the socket. In this way the figure stands up well and is ready for the spine and for the scepter. And here is our headless body. Wait, where are you going? The custom isn't finished yet. Now it's time to prime and color all the figure. I start with the light blue for the base, and after I try to find the right color for this Skeletor skin. Also, I don't want to use some strange paint technique. I want to keep this figure very simple because I have some other project in mind. I know, it's already the second part of this video, but this character deserves more love than any other toy. And for Skeletor, a third video is a must. But this time I need to think more for the next step. For now, after paint the figure, this custom is finished. And like always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have some question, comment down below. And remember, like, share and subscribe really help me on the channel, and ring the bell for not miss the next video. And guys, this is my restyling Skeletor in honor of Mark Taylor. Enjoy! Ciao from Wokkolandia.